A wife, yearning for liberation, declares, "I wish to embrace my free spirit, not the confines of marriage." Yet, she soon discovers the steep cost of her newfound freedom. Your betrayal twisted our vows into instruments of deceit. No, no. The receipt from the luxury hotel slipped from Trina's gym bag, resembling a confession penned on crisp corporate letterhead. Adam Vale grasped it with his roughened fingers, narrowing his eyes at the figures that sent a chill through his gut. 4 nights in the presidential suite, room 421. The dates aligned seamlessly with her fitness retreat. His wife of 18 years made no effort to conceal it. "Dad," Sierra emerged in the kitchen doorway, her backpack casually draped over one shoulder. "Mother has already departed. She mentioned that you would take me to school." With a deliberate motion, Adam folded the receipt and tucked it away into the pocket of his work shirt. "Indeed, my young friend. Kindly grant me 5 minutes." The sanitation truck sat idling on the street, with Joey Russo at the helm, his wedding ring rhythmically tapping against the steering wheel. A habit born from his recent release from county lockup. 3 years sober, 2 years separated, and still feeling on edge. "You look like someone just ruined your morning," Joey remarked as Adam settled into the passenger seat. Perhaps something along those lines. They traversed their path in quietude until Joey could no longer endure the stillness. Eventually, most individuals came around, save for Adam. It seemed he was the last to be informed, it appeared. "Joey, have you ever had the chance to visit the Oceantide Hotel? That elegant establishment in the heart of the city?" "Absolutely not." "What is the reason behind this?" Adam retrieved the receipt from his pocket. Joey let out a soft whistle. "Alas, dear brother, your wife is either striking it rich with a lottery win or—" "Indeed, are you certain about this?" Adam meticulously folded the receipt once more, his gaze fixed on the printed details as he pondered their significance. The room number was seared into his vision, an indelible mark on his memory point 421. "I have no doubt they completed the route in record time." Joey set Adam down at his truck, a weathered Chevy that Trina never failed to grumble about. "Are you in need of some backup? What is the purpose? For whatever you intend to accomplish with that receipt." With a determined twist of the key, Adam ignited the engine, its roar breaking the silence of the surroundings. "I'm just going to ask her about it," Joey snorted. "Indeed. Reach out to me whenever you find yourself in need of bail funds." The Oceantide Hotel exuded an air of wealth and deception. Adam had never crossed the threshold before, yet he understood at once why Trina had made this choice. Everywhere one looked, there was marble and gold accents, creating an atmosphere that made sanitation workers feel like unwelcome intruders merely by their presence. The elevator ascended to the 4th floor, its movement barely a murmur. With each step down the carpeted hallway, Adam felt his heart pound fiercely against his ribs, guided by the gleam of the brass room numbers ahead. 417, 419, 421. He leaned in, his ear resting against the door, straining to catch the faintest sound from within. The cacophony within distorted his sight, casting a crimson haze over everything. Her voice, filled with breathless anticipation, resonated in a manner that had long been absent between them. A voice belonging to a man, resonant and assured. Adam reached for the door handle, his fingers brushing against the cool metal. Set free. The presidential suite exceeded every expectation laid out in the receipt. Expansive windows stretching from floor to ceiling, a king-sized bed adorned with luxurious Egyptian cotton sheets, a champagne bucket chilled to perfection, and there, entwined with a stranger, was his wife, bare and vulnerable. With dark hair and an expensive watch, he wore a confident smile that suggested a man who had never questioned his place in the world. What on earth? The man commenced his journey. Trina let out a piercing scream, not out of surprise, but fueled by a deep-seated anger directed at Adam. "How could you possibly? Leave at once. Leave at once." Leo, the man identified by the hotel bathrobe draped nearby, hurriedly searched for his pants. "Listen, my friend. I believe there has been a mix-up." Adam's fist struck Leo's jaw even before the final syllables had taken shape. Leo faltered, his foot slipping on the slick surface as he grasped the rim of the champagne bucket. In an instant, they were both tumbling, a chaotic mix of limbs and scattered ice cubes. It was nothing like the films portray. There existed neither choreography nor witty repartees. Two middle-aged men grapple on the smooth marble tiles, exchanging clumsy punches and emitting guttural sounds reminiscent of primal creatures. Cease this at once. Trina let out a piercing shriek. Could someone please summon security? With a desperate surge, Leo managed to escape, cradling his shoulder in pain. Your sanity is in question. I am contacting law enforcement. Call them. Adam gasped that I would be eager to listen to your explanation on this matter. Yet Leo was already engrossed in his phone, and within moments, hotel security made their appearance. Two imposing figures, reminiscent of former bouncers, trailed by the Baltimore Police Department. Adam lay sprawled on the cold marble floor, his hands bound tightly behind him with zip ties. He launched an assault against us. Trina donned Leo's shirt, embodying the role of the victim with remarkable finesse. He intruded into the space and attacked my friend. Companion? Adam chuckled, the metallic tang of copper lingering on his tongue. Is that truly what we're labeling it? The officers showed no inclination toward the intricacies of domestic disputes. In the opulent confines of a luxury hotel suite, a sanitation worker caught their eye, prompting them to weave their own narratives and assumptions. Adam passed the night in a downtown holding cell, surrounded by the lamentations of drunks and dealers, each voicing their grievances about the hand life had dealt them. He seamlessly blended into the surroundings. As Adam stepped out of the police station, the rain began to fall. The truck remained parked in the hotel lot, yet it felt like a mere footnote in the narrative of his troubles. Upon arriving at his own driveway 6 hours later, he discovered that the locks had been changed. His house key twisted in the void of emptiness. A note was affixed to the front door, penned in Trina's elegant, flowing script. Adam, your actions last night were both inappropriate and perilous. I have submitted a request for a restraining order. Please refrain from reaching out to me. Please refrain from coming here. I have reached out to my attorney. Adam lingered in his truck for 20 minutes, observing as neighbors furtively glanced through their curtains. The Hendersons next door savored their morning coffee, enjoying an unobstructed view of his humiliation. He could already envision the phone calls racing through the neighborhood, igniting like a wildfire. The phone vibrated with a sudden urgency. Joey, I heard you graced the morning news, my brother. What is it? The police blotter caught the attention of local news outlets. A sanitation worker has been taken into custody following an assault at a hotel. Though your name was left unspoken, it's clear to anyone with a modicum of insight who you truly are. Adam pressed his forehead against the steering wheel, a moment of stillness enveloping him. I find myself in quite the predicament. Perhaps you have finally emerged from slumber. 20 minutes later, Joey arrived, a bag of clothes in one hand and a gas station sandwich in the other. You're welcome to stay at my place while you sort this out. I am unable to do that. Indeed, it is possible. Indeed, you shall. Sitting in your truck, wallowing in self-pity, will not bring about any solutions. They journeyed to Joey's apartment, enveloped in a heavy silence. It was hardly anything significant. A one-bedroom situated above a laundromat. Yet it exuded a sense of cleanliness and authenticity. There are no marble floors or Egyptian cotton to be found. Would you like to discuss it? Joey inquired, popping the tops off 2 beers. Adam retrieved the hotel receipt from his pocket. Gaze upon the rear. With a swift motion, Joey turned it over. At the bottom, in delicate lettering, lay the entirety of Leo's name. Leonardo Drummond. It appeared to be a sort of membership code. What now? At last, I have uncovered his true identity. What will you do with that information? Adam savored a deep swig of his beer. I'm at a complete loss. The Baltimore Public Library offered complimentary access to computers and the internet. Adam had always viewed himself as someone lacking in technological prowess, yet in the face of desperation, he found an unexpected mentor. In the span of 2 hours, he had uncovered more about Leonardo Drummond than Leo himself might have recalled. a 41-year-old hotel manager overseeing 3 locations, one of which is the Ocean Tide, twice divorced, without children, possessed a condominium in the heart of the city, a charming beach house in Rehoboth, and 2 rental properties nestled in the suburbs. Impeccable credit, a network of business collaborations, and a history of civil lawsuits filed by former employees alleging harassment. Fascinating literature? Adam glanced upward, discovering Joey poised behind him, cradling 2 steaming cups of coffee. He's a notorious womanizer, Adam remarked. This is not his inaugural experience. Comes as no shock. What is the strategy moving forward? There is no plan in place. I seek clarity on the matter at hand. Joey settled into the chair at the adjacent computer. Would you object to me conducting a bit of my own investigation? Proceed. With an unexpected finesse, Joey's fingers danced across the keyboard. He explained that one gains a wealth of knowledge in county lockup, particularly about how to locate public records. After a brief span of 10 minutes, Joey let out a whistle. Leo has formed some intriguing business alliances. Behold this. A property deed illuminated the screen. One of Leo's rental properties bore the signature of an individual known as Patricia Marsh. The address resonated with a sense of familiarity. It was the dwelling of Trina's sister. What a small world, Adam murmured. Become more compact. Behold this. Yet another document. A business license for Wellness Coaching Solutions, LLC. 6 months ago, Trina Vale and Patricia Marsh joined forces as partners in their newly incorporated venture. Adam gazed intently at the screen. She embarked on a new venture? I am placing my wager with your funds. Do you take care of the household bills? Halt the flow of her earnings for additional ventures. And the sidemen. Indeed, that as well. Adam meticulously printed every single document. The documentation revealed a narrative woven with meticulous planning and cunning deceit, stretching back for months, perhaps even years. This was not a hasty decision made in the heat of the moment. This represented a strategy designed for the long haul. Do you grasp the significance of this? As they strolled back to his truck, Joey inquired. That I am a fool? That she has been contemplating her departure for some time now. This indicates a lack of care on her part. Those who meticulously chart their course often leave traces behind. Adam's phone vibrated with a sudden urgency at a message from Sierra. Father, may we have a conversation? Shall we rendezvous at Mario's diner once the school day concludes? My daughter wishes to see me. Joey inclined his head in acknowledgement. Excellent. These children perceive all that adults believe they are concealing. Sierra, perched in the corner booth at Mario's diner, exuded an air of maturity that belied her 17 years. She possessed Adam's deep-set, enigmatic eyes and a resolute chin, yet also carried her mother's remarkable talent for concealing truths. Up to this moment. Father, there is something I must share with you. Adam settled into the seat across from him. Fire away. Mother has been conversing with her companions regarding you. Articulating thoughts? What sort of things? Sierra retrieved her phone from her pocket. Unbeknownst to her, my ears were attuned to her whispered pleas. Yet, the echoes of sound resonate throughout our home. She activated a voice memo. Trina's voice resonated from the speaker, cutting and indifferent. Adam is truly lamentable. He believes this union still holds significance. I find myself in a state of anticipation, poised for the perfect moment to take decisive action. Adam felt the bitter brew of coffee curdle into acid within his stomach. There's more, Sierra remarked. As she navigated the screen of her phone, her fingers danced over the glass, absorbing the digital world before her. In the laundry room, I stumbled upon her old phone, a relic of the past waiting to be rediscovered. The one she claimed was damaged. Yet another voice memo. Trina and Leo spoke in hushed tones, their voices laced with intimacy and a sense of shared secrets. He remains blissfully unaware of what lies ahead. After 18 years of marriage, he remains blissfully unaware of my unfaithfulness. It evokes a sense of melancholy. The voice of Leo. When will you reveal it to him? I am not. I shall compel him to uncover the truth. Allow him to believe that he bears some responsibility for this. It's more straightforward that way. With trembling hands, Adam placed his coffee cup on the table. For how long have you been aware? What can you tell me about Leo? 3 months have passed. Regarding the possibility of Mom deciding to leave you? Lengthier? Why was I not informed? Sierra's eyes brimmed with tears. I held on to the hope that I was mistaken. Because I wished to hold on to the hope that Mom would never truly act this way towards you. To us, they lingered in quietude for a brief moment. The diner buzzed with the rhythm of everyday existence. Families gathered around the dinner table, teenagers lost in the thrill of romance, and elderly men engaged in spirited debates over sports. Adam sensed he was observing everything through a barrier of impenetrable clarity. What will your next move be? Sierra inquired. I'm uncertain. No matter what it may be, I am eager to assist. Adam gazed at his daughter, truly observed her. When did she transform into someone so mature? When had she begun to perceive the world with clarity while he wandered aimlessly in darkness? He cautioned that I may not be the hero in this tale. Mother ceased to embody the role of the hero quite some time back. For 2 days, Adam pondered the revelations that Sierra had unveiled to him. For 2 days, I found myself sprawled on Joey's couch, deliberately avoiding the persistent calls from Trina's lawyer, my gaze fixed on the evidence laid out before me on the coffee table, each item resembling a fragment of a larger puzzle waiting to be solved. The audio tapes, the documents pertaining to the business. Sierra uncovered the hotel receipts, realizing there was more than one. A labyrinth of deceit and meticulous planning unfolds on every page. Will you linger on this indefinitely? On the 3rd morning, Joey inquired. I find myself in contemplation. Accelerate your thoughts. With each passing day of hesitation, she tightens her grip on the story that unfolds. Indeed, Joey was correct at this point. It seemed that half the neighborhood had come to view Adam as a volatile husband who had lost control and turned on his wife's unsuspecting friend. The remaining crowd lingered, eager for the next tidbit of intrigue. Adam reached his conclusion while sipping instant coffee and nibbling on stale donuts. May I kindly request to borrow your computer? What is the purpose? To speak honestly, compiling the email list proved to be a straightforward task. Trina's family, her business associates, her social media audience, all the individuals she had captivated with her performances throughout the years. Adam crafted a straightforward note. I am including a selection of audio files that I believe you would find intriguing. Formulate your own conclusions. Adam Vale. No allegations. No explanations are necessary. Merely proof. He pressed the send button and paused, anticipation hanging in the air. The reply came without delay. Within mere moments, his phone began to vibrate incessantly. It was Trina's sister, Patricia, who made the initial call. Adam, what on earth is this? How does it resonate? It seems as though my sister is unraveling her marriage for the sake of a hotel manager. Indeed, that is precisely what it is. Patricia remained silent for an extended pause. I apologize. I was unaware it had reached such depths. I did not either. One by one, the calls arrived. Trina's companions in fitness, her literary circle, and even her own mother. A few offered their encouragement. Some were merely in search of idle chatter. Each of them had listened to Trina's voice on those recordings, casual yet cruel in a manner that defied explanation. The shrill ring of Adam's phone pierced the silence. Trina erupted with a scream before he had the chance to utter a greeting. How could you possibly think to do that? Those discussions are of a personal nature. Confidential. You were orchestrating my disgrace within the confines of our own home. Your actions were unwarranted. I possessed every right. Do you intend to ruin our marriage? Very well. Yet, the manner in which the narrative unfolds is beyond your command. She ended the call. 20 minutes later, Joey received a call from his cousin employed at the hotel. Leo has found himself suspended while an investigation unfolds. It seems that those audio files were also sent to his superior. Adam encountered a sensation that had eluded him for years. Contentment. As Adam savored his breakfast at Joey's, the phone rang, revealing Sierra on the other end. Father, there seems to be an issue with Mother. Could you clarify what you mean? She fell to the ground at the hotel. She was taken to the hospital. Adam raced through the city, ignoring the red lights as he sped toward Baltimore General. Beside him, Joey sat tense in the passenger seat, murmuring anxiously about cardiac events and the perils of stress-induced medical crises. Upon their arrival, they discovered Sierra in the waiting room, her expression one of fear, appearing even younger than her 17 years. The doctors have indicated that it resembles a stroke, she elaborated, though it is not the typical variety. There was a tension in her mind, a tightening of the blood vessels within her brain, responding to the relentless grip of stress. Will she be all right? They remain unaware. Her right side remains unresponsive. Adam gazed through the window at his wife, who lay in the hospital bed, appearing suddenly small and fragile beneath the unforgiving glare of the fluorescent lights. Amidst the rhythmic beeping of machines, she lay, her vital signs faltering, burdened by the heavy toll of her own fabrications. "This isn't your fault," Sierra said, her gaze lingering on his expression. "Is it not? Absolutely not. She brought this upon herself." Leo arrived an hour later, his appearance weary and filled with a sense of urgency. He attempted to step into Trina's room, yet a nurse intervened, clarifying that only family members were permitted during visiting hours. "I'm her partner," Leo asserted, his voice firm. "Are you the one she calls her husband?" the nurse inquired. Across the waiting room, Leo's gaze settled on Adam. "Negative. In that case, patience will be your companion." Adam observed Leo stride restlessly along the hallway, reminiscent of a trapped creature yearning for freedom and the absence of Trina to guide the unfolding story. Leo appeared adrift, filled with doubt. The once self-assured hotel manager had vanished, giving way to a middle-aged man who now understood the gravity of the game he had been playing, one with genuine repercussions. "Father," Sierra's fingers brushed against his arm. "The physician wishes to have a conversation with you." Dr. Williams appeared weary, a woman in her 50s who had likely shared heartbreaking news with countless families. "Mr. Vale, your wife's condition remains stable, yet it is serious. The vasospasm has resulted in a temporary paralysis affecting her right side. Through the journey of therapy, she stands a chance to reclaim much of her function. However, the path to recovery may stretch over months, perhaps even years." What was the catalyst behind it? Intense pressure can provoke these occurrences. "Has your wife been experiencing any unusual stress recently?" Adam nearly chuckled. "One might indeed express it that way. It is essential that we engage in a conversation about the various long-term care options available to us. Therapeutic interventions, communicative rehabilitation, functional skill enhancement. The intricacies of the insurance landscape are quite perplexing." What a perplexing situation. It appears that Mrs. Vale is not designated as the primary on your policy. Your involvement is essential, meaning that any significant medical decisions will necessitate your approval. Adam sensed the earth tremble underfoot. Every insurance form he had signed throughout the years, every piece of paperwork Trina had placed in his hands without a word of explanation, in her relentless pursuit of an escape. She had overlooked the safety net he had woven for her, a silent guardian all along. As Adam sat by Trina's bedside in the hospital, the divorce papers arrived, delivered by courier, marking a pivotal moment in his life. Though her voice was still finding its clarity, her eyes followed him intently as he stepped into the room. "Greetings, Trina." She attempted to articulate her thoughts. It emerged as a muffled murmur. Adam settled into the bedside chair, his voice steady as he said, "I received the papers from your lawyer. Fascinating material to delve into. You seek a share of it all. Support from a spouse and sole occupancy of the residence." Trina's left hand formed a tight fist. "I've been engaged in some paperwork of my own. It appears that the venture you embarked on with your sister, which was financed through our shared accounts, is likely to pose some challenges." He retrieved a folder from his possession. "I have been in conversation with a lawyer, taking advantage of a complimentary consultation at Legal Aid. Discovered intriguing insights into the intricacies of Maryland divorce law." With a deliberate motion, Adam opened the folder, revealing the first document to her gaze. "A report on forensic accounting has been prepared. Illustrates precisely how our funds were allocated over the last 2 years. A substantial sum has been deposited into your business account. A multitude of expenses at luxurious hotels and fine dining establishments. Was I really covering the mortgage, utilities, and insurance all this time? Trina's eyes grew wide with astonishment. Adam continued, "Let me share my thoughts on the matter of adultery in Maryland. It influences the distribution of assets, particularly when the resources of the marriage were employed to sustain the indiscretion." He presented her with yet another document. "And then there exists this .d. Oh, you recall all those insurance forms you had me sign? The instances in which you mentioned I should be the primary due to my employer's coverage. That implies I will have the authority to make medical decisions on your behalf should you become incapacitated." Trina attempted to rise, a wave of panic sweeping over her features. "Unwind. I won't be drastic, but I will ensure that you receive the precise level of care that your actions warrant." Adam rose to his feet. "Yesterday, your boyfriend Leo paid a visit. Have you heard that he has been suspended from his job? There exists a certain complexity surrounding the dynamics of relationships with guests that can veer into inappropriate territory. It seems the hotel regards such matters with utmost seriousness." He approached the door, then hesitated. "And Trina? I have decided to retain the house." 3 weeks post-stroke, Leo lingered in the hospital parking lot, anticipation hanging in the air as Adam emerged from the visiting hours of physical therapy. "We need to talk," Leo declared. "Indeed, we do not. You believe yourself to be quite clever, do you?" Leo moved in, and Adam caught the unmistakable scent of alcohol wafting from his breath. "Assuming the role of the victim? Is everyone being manipulated? Controlling?" Adam let out a hearty laugh. "I merely spoke the truth. You have shattered my professional aspirations, the essence of my standing. Your choice to sleep with my wife was entirely your doing." Leo's punch was predictable and lackluster. With a deft sidestep, Adam seized Leo's wrist, harnessing his momentum to propel him face-first against the cold metal of a parked car. The car mirror fractured against Leo's nose, producing a gratifying crunch. "You broke my nose," Leo gasped. "You shattered the foundation of my marriage." From a nearby SUV, 2 men stepped out, unmistakably friends of Leo, their matching gym attire and assertive stances revealing a shared camaraderie. They approached Adam with the assuredness of those unacquainted with the true nature of conflict. For 3 weeks, Adam immersed himself in the rigorous training at Joey's boxing gym. Simple yet effective, merely fundamental combinations and footwork. Yet it sufficed. The initial man swung with abandon, his arc soaring high and erratic. Adam dipped low, then surged upward with an uppercut aimed at the solar plexus, sending his opponent crashing down like a heavy sack of cement. The second man paused, just briefly, allowing Joey to materialize from the shadows, wielding a tire iron with intent. "Is there an issue present?" Joey inquired. In a sudden flash of realization, the second man recalled an obligation that awaited him elsewhere. Leo remained propped against the car, cradling his nose. "This is far from finished." "Indeed, it is," Adam remarked. "Your hotel has put your employment on hold. Trina is currently undergoing rehabilitation. The time has come to conclude your small gathering." "I'll sue you for assault," Adam declared, pointing toward the hospital security cameras. "Proceed. I have no doubt they captured the moment you delivered the initial blow." Leo staggered back, his companions guiding him toward their SUV. Adam observed their departure, a peculiar sense of tranquility washing over him. Joey noted the impressive right hook. "Thank you. What led you to arrive here?" "Sierra reached out to me, expressing her concern for you." Adam gazed at the hospital windows, pondering whether his daughter was observing him from within. Had she been concerned for him? At what point had he transformed into a figure deserving of concern? The encounter could have concluded at that moment, yet Leo committed a pivotal error. Rather than silently nursing his wounds, he chose to retaliate through the realm of social media. The following morning, his Instagram post emerged, featuring a photo of his bandaged nose alongside an extensive caption discussing psychotic husbands and unprovoked assaults. He marked the hotel, a number of local establishments, and even Trina's private account. It unfolded in a most dramatic fashion in mere hours, The comments section became a bustling hub of voices, all echoing the sentiments of those who had listened to Trina's leaked audio recordings. They unveiled screenshots of her voice messages, recounted tales of Leo's questionable conduct at the hotel, and scrutinized every nuance of the affair with the merciless precision characteristic of the online world. A TikTok emerged featuring Trina's voice, proclaiming, "He thinks this marriage still means something," set against a backdrop of forlorn husbands. In just 24 hours, it amassed an impressive 2 million views. Adam observed the digital wildfire unfurling from Joey's laptop, captivated and appalled in equal parts. "This is utterly absurd," he murmured. "This is justice," Joey clarified. 2 decades passed. Individuals like Leo had the power to shatter unions and swiftly transition to their next conquest. At this moment, all is etched in permanence. The shrill ring of Adam's phone pierced the silence. A journalist from the Baltimore Sun sought to engage him in an interview regarding the sensational adultery case that had captured public attention. He politely refused. Yet another call. A producer associated with a daytime talk show. Regrettably, it has been declined. A literary agent with a keen focus on the intricacies of true crime memoirs. Regrettably, the answer is no. "You realize there's potential for profit in this," Joey remarked. "I have no desire for wealth. I yearn for the return of my former life." Then cease answering the phone and allow them to transition to the next controversy. Yet the scandal proved to be enduring. Leo was let go from his hotel job entirely following the debacle on social media. Trina found herself without the support of her fitness influencer sponsors. The rehabilitation center, too, urged Adam to explore other options, overwhelmed as they were by the relentless media scrutiny surrounding her stay. Adam discovered he was ensnared in an untenable situation, the unwilling protagonist of a narrative he had never wished to unfold. The origin of Sierra's solution was surprisingly unconventional. The annual student speech competition at her high school. The central motif revolved around the notions of truth and its ensuing consequences. She had been chosen to represent her class. "I want to discuss betrayal," she said to Adam as they sat down for dinner at Mario's diner. "Without specifying individuals, let's explore the consequences that arise when one prioritizes selfish desires over familial bonds." That's quite a weighty subject for a school speech. The subject weighs heavily on the family. Adam observed his daughter as she meticulously arranged her thoughts, her pen dancing across the napkins with fervor. When did she transform into someone so eloquent, so intent? "What will your argument be?" Eventually, the truth reveals itself. In the end, it is those who remain true from the outset who emerge unscathed. On a Thursday evening, the school auditorium came alive with the excitement of the speech competition and the dim light of the room. Adam nestled himself in the shadows, striving for invisibility, yet keenly aware of the familiar faces of neighbors and family friends scattered throughout the audience. Whispers had spread about Sierra's subject. As her moment arrived, Sierra approached the podium, exuding a serene assurance. She cast her gaze over the audience for a brief moment, then commenced her speech. "My generation is often labeled in various ways. Self-assured, innocent, optimistic. Yet, there exists a singular truth we grasp more profoundly than many grown-ups. The digital realm endures eternally." She spoke of the nature of truth in our contemporary digital landscape. The era of secrets has transformed, as the omnipresence of cameras and recording devices has rendered the act of concealment nearly futile. She explored the nuances that separate privacy from deception. Amidst the delicate balance of safeguarding loved ones and unleashing chaos, she refrained from mentioning names, offering no specific details. Yet, every soul in the audience grasped precisely what she meant. When adults opt for betrayal instead of honesty, she realized, they inflict pain not only on their partners. They are instilling in their children the notion that love comes with conditions. The terms of that commitment can be discussed. That family serves merely as a synonym for convenience. The applause resonated like a storm, filling the air with its powerful echo. Adam discovered that tears were streaming down his face, unbidden and unnoticed until now. Later, Sierra discovered him in the parking lot. "How did I perform? You were flawless. Do you believe Mother would feel a sense of pride?" Adam pondered the inquiry. The Trina of yesteryears, the woman he had pledged his life to 18 years prior, would have felt a swell of pride. The current Trina, resting in a rehabilitation bed following a stress-induced stroke, may have been too wrapped up in her own world to take notice. The aspect of your mother that truly deserves admiration? Indeed, she certainly would be. The divorce mediation unfolded within the stark confines of a downtown conference room, devoid of warmth or character. Trina joined the meeting through a video call from her rehabilitation center. Her speech was still slurred, yet comprehensible. Leo's presence was conspicuously missing. Trina's attorney, an impeccably attired woman by the name of Patricia Kane, articulated their demands with precision. 50% of the home's worth, a portion of Adam's retirement fund, and 5 years of financial assistance for the spouse. Adam's legal aid attorney, a weary figure by the name of David Park, presented the forensic accounting report alongside a substantial folder brimming with evidence. Park elucidated that Mrs. Vale utilized marital assets to finance an affair outside her marriage. According to the laws of Maryland, this behavior is deemed marital misconduct, which has implications for the distribution of property. Kane felt no sense of admiration. The medical condition of my client stems directly from the relentless harassment campaign orchestrated by her husband. Intimidation. Park retrieved his phone from his pocket. Are you referring to the act of revealing proof of infidelity to our shared friends and family? That is what we refer to as honesty. The mediation unfolded over the course of 3 hours. Ultimately, Trina departed with her possessions in hand, her car, pending Adam's resumption of payments, and sufficient funds to address her rehabilitation expenses. Adam retained the house, his pension, and, most crucially, primary custody of Sierra. This isn't fair, Trina whispered through the video link, her tears cascading down her cheeks. Adam inclined his body closer to the camera. You intend to bring me shame, seize a portion of my belongings, and forsake our daughter for a man who cast you aside the moment challenges arose. This is truly equitable. This is compassion. Once the lawyers departed, Adam remained solitary in the conference room for 20 minutes, grappling with the whirlwind of events that had just unfolded. Nearly 2 decades of shared life, now distilled into mere paperwork and the division of assets. His phone vibrated with a sudden urgency. A message from Sierra. What was the outcome? It is finished, he responded. Excellent. Joey is preparing dinner. Return to the place where you belong. Residence. Somewhere along the way, Joey's apartment had transformed into a temporary sanctuary, a place of belonging, if only for the present moment. A realm where honesty reigned and individuals cared for one another. With a sense of purpose, Adam collected his paperwork and made his way toward the door. Outside, Baltimore buzzed with the familiar clamor of traffic, construction, and the intricate tapestry of lives unfolding in their complexity. And the heart of the city, Leo was likely scheming his next maneuver, his next target. In another place, Trina was embarking on the journey of relearning how to walk, articulating her thoughts with clarity, and embracing the repercussions of her decisions. Yet Adam no longer held the reins of their destinies. After many years, he found himself solely accountable for his own affairs. Half a year had passed, and Adam found himself in the midst of replacing the kitchen sink in his house. His house, now legally and irrevocably, when the doorbell chimed. Peering through the peephole, he caught sight of Trina poised on his front porch. She appeared transformed, noticeably slimmer, and her right arm continued to dangle awkwardly by her side. Yet, beneath the surface, an urgent tension clung to her stance, a stark contrast to the ease she once exuded. What is it that you desire, Trina? It is imperative that we engage in a conversation. In the realm of mediation, our conversation unfolded through the guidance of our respective lawyers. Kindly, just 5 minutes. Despite his reservations, Adam turned the handle and stepped through the doorway. Trina stepped into the living room she had transformed thrice, surveying her surroundings as if she were an explorer in an unfamiliar land. This place has a nice vibe, she remarked. Thank you. I've come to understand that you're seeing someone new. Adam remained silent. His personal life had become a realm beyond her concern. Listen, Trina continued. It's clear that our situation has become quite intricate. Intricate? Adam let out a hearty laugh. You methodically dismantled our union, all the while scheming to seize every possession I held dear. That's not a matter of complexity. It's a matter of precision. I have erred. Decisions were made. A distinction exists. Trina's facade began to show the faintest signs of fracture. That I've lost it all. Adam. The essence of my enterprise, the support of my sponsors, the integrity of my reputation. Leo has yet to respond to my calls. What were your expectations? That he would remain by your side even after you turned into a burden? I anticipated. I'm uncertain. I believed that individuals would grasp the reality that some marriages simply fail to flourish. Marriages often falter. Infidelity is a decision. They lingered in quietude for a brief moment. Outside, Adam could hear the Hendersons, his neighbors, tending to their garden, immersed in the simplicity of their everyday, genuine existence. What is it that you desire? Once more, Adam inquired. There is a deep yearning within me to return to the comfort of home. The words lingered in the atmosphere, ethereal and elusive, reminiscent of curling smoke. Adam gazed at his former wife, the woman who had once shared his life for 18 years, who had brought their daughter into the world, and who had orchestrated his downfall with meticulous care. Home, he echoed. Perhaps we might consider giving it another go. Seek out counseling. I have transformed. Your distinction lies in the fact that you were apprehended, and due to the fact that your boyfriend has left you. And since no one is inclined to support a fitness influencer who struggles to utilize her right arm. Trina's cheeks burned with a deep crimson hue. That is undeniably harsh. It is sincere. You may wish to consider giving this a try at some point. That I seek to express my sincerest apologies. Indeed, that is not the case. You seek a companion to tend to your needs, as your carefully crafted plan for departure has unraveled. Trina's poise finally crumbled entirely. You insufferable scoundrel. Do you truly believe you've emerged victorious? Do you really believe that shattering my existence positions you as the hero in this narrative? I did not bring ruin to your existence. I have finally ceased to shield you from the repercussions of your decisions. I devoted 18 years to you. You bestowed upon me 18 years woven with deception. I devoted 18 years of unwavering loyalty that you never truly earned. With a fierce determination, Trina lunged at him, her left hand slicing through the air in a chaotic arc. Adam grasped her wrist with a firm yet gentle hold, maintaining his grip until the fury in her gaze began to fade. I could have taken everything, she whispered, her tears cascading down her cheeks. Had I possessed greater wisdom in my approach, had I crafted a more thoughtful plan. Yet you chose not to. Those who believe themselves to be more intelligent than others often find that their self-perception does not align with reality. Adam let go of her wrist and made his way to the front door. It is imperative that you depart at once. Kindly, Sierra will be returning home from school in an hour. There is no necessity for her to witness this. With a palpable determination, Trina composed herself, brushing away her tears and smoothing out her attire. At the threshold, she glanced back one final time. This will haunt you. In the twilight of your years, when solitude wraps around you, you will recall my efforts to return. Perhaps Adam pondered this. Yet I would choose solitude, holding on to my dignity, rather than be entwined in your fabrications. He observed her as she made her way to her car. A humble sedan now, a stark contrast to the opulent SUV she had once driven during their time together. With a clumsy grasp, she struggled to maneuver the keys, her injured right hand turning even the most mundane of tasks into a challenge. As she drove away, a wave of unexpected emotion washed over Adam. Pity, insufficient to sway his thoughts, yet ample to evoke memories of their past love, a time before ambition and entitlement had tainted their connection. His phone vibrated, a message from Sierra lighting up the screen. As I make my way home, I find that Joey will be joining us for dinner. I trust you are crafting something far superior to the calamity of last week. With a smile gracing his lips, Adam turned and made his way back to the kitchen. The sink remained in need of repair. Joey would likely arrive with a selection of beer and an arsenal of awful jokes, while Sierra would voice her frustrations about her calculus homework. Common challenges. Genuine challenges. Issues that could be resolved without the need for legal counsel, mediation, or any form of documentation. With a firm grip on his wrench, he returned to his task, determination etched on his face. Outside, Baltimore buzzed with its familiar frenzy. Yet within the confines of his abode, his sanctuary, a profound silence enveloped everything at last.